shaking and baking, but you wouldn't let me say no. Cause I was hurt real bad, couldn't be more sad. I tried to run, and still I couldn't make you mad. Well, that's the action you took, you stood correctly. Every time I got in the mix, you would protect me. I can't handle this, you're like a freaking nature to me. One of a kind, and it happens oh so naturally. It's been so long since I've seen it, baby, I'm just dreaming. I've been down, I've been down, I've been down. It's been so long since I've seen it, maybe I'm just dreaming. I've been down, I've been down, I've been down. This is your universe and I'm glad to be a part of it. Just to remind you, I take you back to the start of it. It's like you're a sniper and you're happy in your sights, like a technical knockout on Tuesday night fights. You're the best, girl, I love you to death, until my heart stops beating or I take my last breath. It's critical to let you know how different you are. My life's a sitcom and you're the star. It's been so long since I've seen it, maybe I'm just dreaming. I've been down, I've been down, I've been down. It's been so long since I've seen it, maybe I'm just dreaming. I've been down, I've been down, I've been down. I nearly gave it up, I nearly lost my mind. Until you arrived, until you arrived. I nearly gave it
pushing too much.
People still owe money. People still owe money. No. People still owe money. People still owe money.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Who knew that freedom's such a difficult decision? I bet you finally feel like you're home. Home.
Right in the center where the haves meet. You were proud of incremental half speeds. You were getting down in the AOC dance line, hands tied, nodding to the backbeat. You'll Secret Service dive in front of any representative alive, being asked for the very bare minimum. And you'll turn into that same kind of hard right villain you detested should we mention they could ever muster maximum. Cause liberal denial's such a lofty ataraxia, where morals take a back seat, not up in the cab, but in hidden panels made by federal human traffickers. If you trust the autopilot, then you're just a sleeping passenger, passively accepting that it isn't us the bastards serve, making peace with all the evil walking on this rancid earth, seeking unity with those who bound your hands at birth, glancing up at fascists on a bloody dais thinking they just need a push. Not a holy man, but I'm praying for a burning bush. Yeah, I know you'd love to look away, but love, you need to look. There are many massacres the country manufactured that will never make the books. Now here's your fucking hook.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Who knew that freedom's such a difficult decision? I bet you finally feel like you're home. Home.
Home on the range of excuses. Justify some fracking, water down pollution, paint a fresh coat of bipartisan charm over backroom collusion. Your consent is being manufactured by illusions, marketing executives in federal seclusion, working day and night to keep you just the side of lucid, and too beat down for calling out abuses. So fuck all these progressives who can speak on revolution once they empty all your powder out and spit on all your fuses. I prefer to judge a leader not by quality of tweets, but the six-figure book deals she chooses, donors he betrays, and donors that he'd gladly take a bullet before he refuses, slogans he reuses, buzzwords he produces, then he spews like mucus. Well, two can play at that. So here's the inner dialogue of every time I snap, and it's fine-tuned to ruthless, and saying politics are useless. Just a bunch of loose lips tweeting cute shit, power suits, taxpayer booze trips, bunker at the ready when the shoe flips, and there will be no news clips. There will just be
People still owe money. People still owe money. No.
It looks to me as though you learned to love your prison. I guess you'd say you made it your own. Who knew that freedom's such a difficult decision? I bet you finally feel like you're home. Home.
This here's a song about the great glory of America. F you, USA, fuck the Constitution. We can't give you any money because we spent it on bombs. F you, USA, fuck the Constitution. Privatize all life, but the earth and you're polluted. Coming some genocide, call it revolution. Life is just one big game here, but you're this fucking stupid. America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America. F you, USA, you fuck the Constitution. Keep asking me for rent while you're busting all the unions. F you, USA, you're just a red and blue-white nuisance. And if you're still bought in, then you're falling for the illusion of America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America, because I wanna know where you've gone. 'Cause I wanna know where you've gone, where you've gone. Instead of offering us solutions, you tried to make some money and destroy our institutions. Fuck you, USA, for all the misery you've caused. The truth really hurts when it stares back at you hard. America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America, yeah, so fuck you. You kind of deserve it.
It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. Fucking hours. It costs that much 'cause I don't have superpowers. Superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. Shhh.
Well, look what the cat drug in. Howdy, everybody. It's a secret show. I'm this guy, Uncle Warren, at W Dearman, Dearman. No antlers. Thank you very much. That's me on Twitter. All my links are below there. Linktree /extra Bulla. The little commercial before there's the Teespring store. So if you're looking for goodies and you got some money that you want to blow on your friends, you know, hook it up like cable if you don't mind. If not, just like, share. You do that whole thing if you want. We got people on Rockfin too. 3 people currently watching right now. So very good to see that. Hey, what's up, Andrew? The Rochford. I always have to say, I always want to say Rockford Files because, you know, I'm old school, Andrew, but it's the Rochford Files. So good to see you. Gamer is drinking water. That's very healthy, Gamer. Very good. Let's shout out the chat. We got a few folks here tonight. That's nice. We got Miguel is here. Good to see you. Signs. Kelly, my love, always a pleasure. Gamer, good to see you. As I said, Andrew is here as well. We have the lovely and talented Lainey Peterson here. Ghost Art is here. Good to see you. Who else is here? I know Ed Heller is here. I saw you, Ed, earlier on Chicago Corner. You and Jerry. Great show earlier. I love that show. It's Chicago's my that's my sweet spot in my heart. I have for Chicago, and I love watching that show. Kind of makes me feel like I'm living there. Even though Laney's trying to get me to move back after 50 years. We'll see. Working on it. Brandy, good to see you. Oh, the sweet Jimmy Sinclair, she's here as well. Thanks, doll. Who else we got here? In the mix, Velvet Trance, good to see you, doll. I know I saw Shadowban in here earlier. That he's stirring the shit, but in a good way. Fred Edward, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Dingo, always a pleasure. I think I got everybody there. And 4 people watching on Rockfin, so don't be shy. Give us a comment on there if you'd like. And if you don't mind, just like, share, subscribe to all these channels. We're currently we're streaming on YouTube and Rockfin, but we're also on Twitter and Twitch tonight and Facebook. So yeah, we're all over the place. Good to see you. And you know, we have to check in on them chickens. Hopefully, I always have to make sure this shit works. Yeah, okay. So, checking in on the chickens. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. We got 3 up top tonight there. Chicken City. Be sure to check them out on YouTube after the show or at your earliest convenience. As far as that's concerned. Or if you can watch 2 shows at one time, hey, knock yourself out. Who am I to say anything about that, right? Yeah, so anywho, we got a few things going on here tonight. I wanted to share with the Scooby Gang. So our buddy Joe, he is at STFU Shitlib on the Twitters. Let me put his thing in there. He makes some awesome videos. So he dropped one today about AOC, and he's just been on fire. So hopefully this works. We shall see. Gonna give it the old college try. And yeah, so hopefully this plays. Let's take a listen.
My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Medicare for all.
Ah, boy, that Pago has sexy legs, huh, Steph?
Tuition-free public college.
Strap in.
This is insane.
Strap in, folks. You're in for a ride.
Federal jobs guarantee.
The boutique left strikes once again.
Criminal justice reform. We can do it now. It doesn't take 100 years to do this. It takes political courage. Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
I inform the House that Ms. Lawson will vote nay on House Resolution 483 amendments. He votes nay.
Was it worth doing present? Because it didn't really satisfy anyone.
Nancy Pelosi, that's Mama Bear of the Democratic Party, you know. And
Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
This is only ceasefire. This is only ceasefire. This is not a victory. People still owe money. People still owe money. People still owe money.
And so we started running, literally running full clip.
AOC, is it okay if I get like a question or two?
They're running away.
That's it. So you just show up for a photo op and that's it. You're not actually going to fight in Congress. No, what is she going to do? What would tax the rich written on a designer dress do for you and your family?
Are you for real?
We have to have respect for children, respect for families, respect for human rights.
Are you for real?
And now he is asking for $5 billion to continue to militarize and weaponize a force that has zero accountability. And I will not give $1 to black box detention facilities.
Are you for real?
We can likely push Vice President Biden in a more progressive direction.
Well, I'm gonna grab her. She's right here. I can't let you go.
The Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives have.
And so she keeps changing her story.
I think I found a compromise for us. What do you think of these masks over here that AOC has come up with that say Medicare for all on them?
I mean, people aren't stupid, man. It's really not hard to put A and B together. Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
You gutless wonder, AOC. Oh my
This
God,
guy.
you fucking phony.
It's time we acknowledge
love
that
that
not all Democrats are the same.
Hello, Dolores.
That's Mama Bear of the Democratic Party, you know. And
I don't believe in kids in cages here, and I don't believe them there. Are you for real?
I don't believe them anywhere. I don't believe in U.S. funding supporting state violence here, in Colombia, or anywhere else. That's not where our resources should be going to.
I figured this out in 2 weeks, AOC. You liar, you coward, you gaslighter.
He launched her career on his show.
Anyways.
Nice. So, thank you for that. Like I said, that's Joe, STFU, the STFU shitlib on the tweeters. And he's been throwing down some fire. Shut up. Wait a minute.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, sorry. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so he's been doing some awesome work. He's one of my INN buddies too, so he's in the mix. Good to see that he's doing that. Him, Mad Crab, doing that video last week, exposing breaking points and all the money and all the shit liberty that's going on around that. Real exciting stuff. So we got some treats tonight. So yeah, so said hang on just a second. Had a little bit ivissue last night. My monitor up here that I use is right here. You can't see it. But having some technical difficulties, so in order to show these videos, I have to do some voodoo and some witchcraft. So you know, you have to bear with me there. You don't mind. Hey, we got Denver Attaway on the Rockfin. Good evening. Happy to be catching it live. Franco is the man. You are absolutely right, Denver. And thanks for watching on Rockfin. That's pretty cool. I'm really excited about this Rockfin thing. You know, I hope more people get on here, more content creators, because you know, it's really nice to not have suppression, you know. Frankie Lee, hello, welcome. Good to see you. Nice little crew here tonight. That's not bad. So Brandy says, wait a minute. Brandy says, we have 3 new kittens and they are wearing me out, but they are cute. Aw, love kittens. Kittens are the best. Kittens are they're just like little schmoochies. Little scrunchies, little and you just want to just like, oh, get them cheeks. Puppies are like that too. So, but puppies are a little bit more like, I don't know. Kittens, they're all over the place, but puppies are like bigger, and then they get in your face, and then the licking begins, and then they're just like, it's like kittens are on crack, and puppies are on PCP. You know, and then they get in your face and you're just, you know, puppy face. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. So, you know, I wish I could have a cat. Yeah, and then they swipe you with the claws, and that's when the bleeding begins. Exactly. Kelly, thank you so much. We got Lainey in the chat. She was on the show last night, and we're gonna do more of that. We're gonna do more Gen X shows because Gen X is the forgotten generation. You know, it's not a pity party. We pull our weight. But we don't get the respect I think that we deserve. We're just kind of like sandwiched in between millennials and boomers, who are two giant eras of people, a lot of people in both of those, and then just like it's like a sandwich, and you got big hunks of bread on either side, and then you got a little bit of meat in the middle. That's us. We're the little bit of meat. And well, thanks, gamer. I'm a millennial, and Gen X do get a bad rep. They do. And not everybody's a monolith, right? Hey. There's my other guy, Jerry Vassilatos. He was on there last night too. Great panel. We had a little bit of a after party too on StreamYard. Everybody was pissed that I wasn't recording it. It was good stuff. So the next one, I promise, we'll record. Because I don't like to say, hey, I'm recording this, because in case you spill the secret herbs and spices from Kentucky Fried Chicken, Nice Bones, good to see you, brother. Yeah, Jerry, Laney, my Chicago peeps were on there. We had Tara Reid was on there. My buddy Christopher Neal, who was my very first guest on Extra Bulla last year. And he always has the goods. He always brings the goods. So it was good to see him again and talk to him. Very wise person. Everybody last night was wise. And I was the wise guy. So yeah. So yeah, having to deal with tech issues last night, but it came off okay. And I found out, Jerry, just so you know, I found out the issue. It was technically a cable issue, not necessarily a hardware issue, as I once thought. So we got 20 people watching, actually 24 people watching. That's a pretty, man, y'all got nothing to do on a Friday night. That's awesome. Come hang out with me. That's fine. So Miss Fiorella was she's her and Pasta went down to Colombia to cover elections down there. Now they're back in the States. Fee has moved. I think she temporarily moved out on the East Coast where I'm at, in my neck of the woods, sort of. Well, but she was back in LA today. Here's a little video of what she was doing. And let me do something here real quick. Do a little something. It's the magic picture box here. So yeah. So she was out in full force. Let's watch this. So this was, believe this was the counter action to the thing Biden was doing with the Americas, where hardly anybody showed up to that. Kind of like his deal, kind of like him hiding in the basement. I think everybody else was hiding in the basement. Yeah, Fee covered. This is Fee's video. Hang on just a second. She said, yeah, this is the People's Summit 2022 protest for the LA Convention Center. And then you can go to check her out, Fiorella Isabel M on Twitter. She's got the full. Oh, let me put this in the chat real quick. So you can get this and check this out. She says she has a full video of that, and looks like it was very festive. So good for Fee. I love Fee. Fee's my one of my favorite fake nieces. I have so many fake nieces and nephews out there, so which is fine. As long as I'm not their daddy, all that matters. But ladies, you can call me daddy. But that's a different kind of thing. So anywho, it was probably a little TMI. So yeah, check that out. That's on Twitter there. The link is in the description. Let's see. So I'm kind of just all over the place tonight. Just so happy to be here. Although I like the Extra Bulla show, like the Extra Bulla Live on Thursday nights. I feel a little more stressed because usually I have like one or more people on there, and I'm always worried about the technical stuff. And so there's a little extra stress. This is just me, and I'm just talking shit to y'all. And there's some rando ass dog down the street barking, so they're trying to get on the airwaves too. Gamer, it's okay. It's early. You can still get some. You can still get some. I mean, are you? What is this? Okay, there we go. All right, so we got this running shtick, me and Lainey. So it all started a few weeks back when she was on for the Women in Independent Media show that we did. And on the promo thing, hang on just a second. Shut that fucking dog up, you assholes! Too warm for dogs to be barking like that. So anyway, so I misspelled her name on a promo thing, and she let me have it. And I said, well, you can beat me. And then she pulled out, she said, well, I have a writing crop. And I was like, oh, that's scandalous. So yeah. So I was like, all right. So now the thing is, now the running gag is the writing crop. And you know, so we have to do that. Us older folks, we have to have our fun somehow. And I mentioned last night on the show, and you can check out the show. We did it on YouTube and Rockfin. It was great. Towards the end, we were talking about GIMP suits, and I'm glad we ended the show where we did. It was starting to fall apart. It was really it was starting to get buck wild, as the kids say. Warren Laney would tear you up. Don't see her before we go to prom. Hell no. I don't know what she would do with that riding crop. Right? Fuck these dogs. Fucking yelling ass dog. It's one of those, probably those purse dogs. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, man. There's like a real apocalypse, you know, like Walking Dead type shit, you know, and we're scrounging around for like cans of beans and shit like that. Them purse dogs are not gonna last, okay? They're gonna be the first ones to go. Seriously. Because them dogs are gonna want food. They're not gonna know how to hunt for food. And you know, Miffy or Buffy or Biffy or whoever who has this dog, she's going to say, well, should I feed this dog or should I feed me? And well, she's probably gonna feed herself because Miffy, Buffy, Biffy, she's probably pretty selfish. So anyway, long story short, purse dog's probably gonna bite it. And unless somebody has like a plethora of food, and even then, I don't even think the preppers, the one that have the underground bunkers with like food that'll last them for like 10 years, are gonna waste it on a dog that just goes. Anyway, I'm just keeping it real, you know. I'm pretty sure the apocalypse is coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd kill for my purse dog. Aw. Velvet, that's because you have a sweetheart. But, you know, pretty soon, you know, when you run out of beans in the apocalypse, it's gonna be like them cartoons where like somebody who's hungry in the cartoons, like in them old Bugs Bunny cartoons, they look at somebody and like first is a rabbit, and then it dissolves into where the rabbit looks like a steak, and then it dissolves back into the rabbit, and the other cartoon characters going um so the bottom line is chances are you're probably gonna eat that dog. I mean, I don't know how long the apocalypse is gonna last. You know, I'm not Nostradamus, I can't predict the future, but I know it's coming. And I don't know how long it's gonna last. But I'm pretty sure Puppers is gonna be a hot dog. In more ways than one. Anywho. So he says, to be honest, I would eat a purse dog before I would eat a bug, but not velvets. Well, that's sweet. Well, you say that now. You know, but you know, once you know it becomes Mad Max time, and there's like, you know, little pockets of these villages, and you know, people with like, you know, Thunderdome, and you're in the cage and you're both fighting over the puppy. You know, you know, the friendships are going to be lost. Friendships are going to be gained because there are going to be some people who are going to work together in the apocalypse, but they're the greedy motherfuckers who don't know how to work together. Those are the ones you got to look out for. I'm not saying you or Velvet are greedy motherfuckers at all. I'm just saying that's just something you should prepare yourself for. You may have to do a Kirk versus Spock over a dog to eat, you know. We're gonna eat the rich, but yet there's not that many of them. So once we're done with the rich, what are we gonna do? Right? I'm not saying the next thing is purse dogs. You know, personally, I don't want to eat puppers. I like puppers. Even the purse dogs, they're little cuties, you know, they're sweet, but you know, you know, your stomach starts grumbling, and I don't know. I like to think that my dad kind of trained me up pretty decent to do hunting. You know, to go out in the woods, get rabbit, squirrel, deer, you know. Deer's a little bit more complicated. You know, because that's a big animal, right? And you gotta like if you're gonna use bow and arrow, I'm pretty sure, you know, people, or you shoot them with bullets, but you know, Walking Dead, it doesn't seem that realistic, but it does make 2 points. First off, the gasoline's not going to last, right? The gasoline's only going to last a few years. So even it's like, even if you don't refine it, you already have it in supply. It kind of loses its flammability, I guess, after a few years of just sitting around. So that'll be no good. And unless you know how to make gunpowder, metal, and bullets, you know, you're gonna run out of ammo. So you're going to I know, right? I'm trying to give you life lessons here, Kelly. That shit's coming. Anyway, you probably weren't even talking about me. That's fine. But so you have to be proficient. You have to learn how to use a bow and arrow, right? Or, you know, some people on there use like slingshots. I guess you could do that for like smaller animals. If you could, I don't know if that would knock out a deer or a moose or whatever. Because, I mean, let's face it, the cows are going to be gone. And, you know, the horses, some of the horses, I mean, people will probably ride horses in lieu of driving places. You say, well, Uncle Warren, we're gonna have electric cars by then. But like, well, where are you gonna get the electricity, right? Where are you gonna get a 9-volt battery and lick it and then try to start the car? That shit's not gonna work. Yeah, exactly. Even that gas is good for about 4 years tops, and then it's then it goes tits up, as they say. Elvis says, my kung fu is strong. Well, yeah, you might need to use that for marauders, right? Listen, man, I watched Mad Max. I've seen The Road Warrior. I've seen Fury Road. I know that all takes place in Australia, but it could happen here. We have deserts in America too. So I could see an American Lord Humongous here. Dude with a hockey mask, big guy, kind of running Barter Town. Kelly says, I did just watch a documentary where the Crow tribe is reintroducing bison to the area. Maybe we need to move there. Does anybody, yeah, solar chargers, but when those things break, what are you going to replace them with? I mean, it's like, you know how to build a solar panel? That's the thing. I guess you use what you can for as long as you can, and then you have to improvise after that. So when I was growing up, people were breeding buffalo with cows, right? And they called it beefalo. And it was actually pretty tender, but it never caught on. That and emu was pretty good too, right? The Dollar Tree ostrich. Denver on Rockfin says, it's feeling impossible, the level of incompetence. Bush 2 used incompetence masterfully, both to get elected and to decentralize responsibility. Biden's unaccountable cabinet, one of the virtues of Biden's slowness. These guys feel like they can bluff everyone. It feels contrived as a controlled destruction of U.S. cred, trust, and the image of representation, which was actually lost long ago. Something that rhymes with tie to Nevin. Okay. Exactly. Thank you for that, Denver. I know, right? Look, man, you're gonna have to do some Gilligan's Island survival, man. You have to make everything out of bamboo. But yeah, like, if you could, I'm not quite sure how these work, but they have these electric bikes here. It's more like they're just regular bicycles, but they have that big, long, rectangular electric thing on there. And I think it's kind of like mopeds. I think as you pedal, well, it's not moped per se, because I think moped was had like a gas engine on it, maybe. But like, they're kind of like, I think as you pedal, you generate charge in the battery. So you can like, zoot around or whatever. And then you got to pedal sometimes too. So, I mean, we're going to have to get clever. We're going to have to get very creative in, how we do things, right? Actually, the bike pedaling, generator thing, if you want to keep in shape, that's a good way to do it. Also, I mean, because you're going to need to be in shape, because you're going to have to do so much physical stuff, right? You probably have to chop wood, maybe, if you want fire, if you want heat, right? Because you ever see those shows? It's I think it's like on Discovery Channel or one of those. It's like Life After People. Now we show like in 10 years, once people are gone, like so and so, shit starts corroding, and there's plants and shit all over the place. In 100 or 1,000 years, then finally Hoover Dam crumbles or something like that. Anyway, so your hydroelectric dams, as long as the rivers are still flowing, are still a possibility to keep electricity in some areas, at least in the Northeast. In the West, it seems like the water's drying up out there, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing. I have to think of something else. Maybe try to use the ocean tides on the coasts out west to generate electricity. I've heard of that as well. But like with it here with the hydroelectric dams, you have to you have to maintain it, right? So you can't just like let the shit run and that's it. You know, it's not like the Ron Popeil set it and forget it. You got to make sure when shit's gonna break on there that you've got to fix stuff. You know, you've got to keep parts lubricated so the turbines turn and all that. So if you want electricity, or you could do one of those like old timey on a river, you know, get one of those little houses with the water wheel on it, you know, and let it dig, 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 dig. Same thing though, you know, you got to keep it maintained too. If you want something, you know, personal for yourself. Velvet Trance says, I've got 25 pounds of pancake mix in the back of my coat closet. That's my apocalypse plan. Come on over for pancakes. You're all invited. I love pancakes. He said pancake breakfast. Oh yeah. If it's a pancake apocalypse, fuck yeah, I'm down for that. Gamer says, Cali is getting less rain and snow each year. It's not a good sign. No, it's not a good sign. Your shit's drying up out there. What is that? Lake Mead out there? Is it Lake Mead? I can't remember. What is it? The Colorado River is drying up. And, see, we're already working together. Kelly says, Velvet, I will bring huckleberry syrup for everyone. See, that's love right there. Right? You know, so, okay, so we got pancakes. We got syrup for the pancakes. We're going to have to, if you want butter, right, you're going to have to learn how to make butter if you like that. You're going to have to, if you want milk, you're going to have to milk cows. You know, or get really, really tiny stools if you're going to milk soybeans or almonds. Yeah, the West is pretty much fucked right now. The Southwest, in particular, all the droughts going on out there. It's a point you get droughts, and then you couple that with forest fires, right? One of my friends that lives out in California, she says that they can't have like campfires and stuff like that. It's against the law to have it because of, you know, one little spark, because the weather's so dry out there, just whole thing goes up, you know. But people still do that anyway because, you know, fuck the man. Yeah, so I hope people are making plans for this stuff, because it's not going to be good. Butter is easy, just over whipped cream. Well, that's where Laney's writing crop comes in. Heyo, almond titties are hard to see, and milk need tweezers. Almond titties. Almond Titties was the name of my alt rock band back in the 80s. No, I just made that up. That's not true. See, that's a good point. It's time to turn off the fountains at the Bellagio for a start. Yeah, you know what? So what uses a lot of water? Speaking of almond titties take a lot of water. A lot of water for almonds. And then people who have golf courses out there, they have sprinkler systems on to keep the grass nice and green when it doesn't brown out. Look at this train of thought from Gamer. Gamer says lakes and West Coast are drying up. I also love bacon. Hash browns is my favorite breakfast. That is a great stream of thought right there, Gamer. I appreciate that. Yeah, pistachios too. Like basically any kind of nuts need water. So, and that's why I have plenty here. Nuts need water. Oh, almond titties. Mm. I guess almond titties, if you were a bra, would be a no C cup. Denver on Rockfin says need a milk goat or cow. Exactly. That's the thing. That's another thing you got to maintain too. Cows, they ain't automatic. You got to feed a cow. You got to keep the cow healthy. What if the cow gets sick? You got multiple cows in case one does get sick. That sort of thing. But think about this. When I was growing up down south, like a lot of the ways, my dad taught me how to grow food, right? Grow vegetables and fruits. It was delicious. It was great, all this food talk making me hungry. Sorry, Miguel. I know, right? I'm about to eat me a sandwich here after all this is done. But yeah. Hey, Mystery, what's up? Good point. 20,000 gallons of water per year per almond tree, right? And God knows how many almond trees they have on these farms for these almonds too, right? So there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of physical work to do. So they tell you like, oh, well, learn coding. No, learn how to grow food. Learn how to woodwork too. Learn how to build a shelter. Learn how to do proper irrigation if you're going to do farming, right? There's a lot of shit you need to learn how to do. Learn how to hunt. Well, I'm a vegan. So I'm just gonna grow vegetables and all right, well, fine. Do your thing, get your protein however you can, but some people that aren't vegans or vegetarians are gonna need to learn how to hunt. So, and that means you're gonna have to kill an animal. And some people are just not down with that. They see animals on TV. Oh, they're so cute, little bunnies and squirrels and stuff like that. You have to eat. You have to kill all kinds of shit. You're gonna have to kill squirrels and rabbits, but you're gonna have to kill snakes. You may have to kill a bear. Like I said, deer, moose, anything out in the woods. And hopefully they haven't drank from a lake or a stream that's been polluted. So you don't want that to happen. I say we throw Nancy Pelosi's thirsty vineyards into the Thunderdome with the almond farmers and see who emerges. They're gonna be in bunkers. I think Marcus Cage on the Political Matrix, he was showing some video of these missile silos in Kansas that they converted into these swanky underground like apartments for people. It was nice. I mean, it had like a gym, and, it had like a recreation area and stuff like that, all fancy. And in lieu of windows, they had TV monitors that had like showed the outside world kind of thing. Although you don't want to see like the real outside world if you're in the apocalypse. If you're down in the bunker, you're looking at the monitor and it's like, you don't want to see, old moldy zombie on your feed there. We should eat the native zombies cooked Georgian style first. What are marinated? Is that what that is? Using short words. That's like was it Idiocracy when he's sitting there, dude's knocking on the door and he goes, "Hey, go away, baiting." He was masturbating. He called it baiting. Gamer says, my dad says rabbits and bunnies have no protein or fat in them. Well, that's true. You may not want that to be your number one diet there, gamer. You want to get something a little more hearty. So I don't know. I mean, I've eaten deer meat before, venison for you more educated types. But okay, so here's the thing about deer meat though. You need to marinate the fuck out of that stuff. I mean, like maybe a few days of marinating that shit, because if you try to eat it just as is, it tastes like ass juice. It's just awful. Disgusting. Right? So start learning about marinating right now. Learn what you like. Deer meat is edible. Actually it's really good, but you got to marinate the shit out of it, right? Tenderize it. It's a little tough, because if you don't marinate it, be honest with you, it tastes like liver. And I'm not a big fan of liver, right? But you know, you're starving. Liver ain't bad, I guess. Yeah, that's the key, gamer. You gotta marinate the fuck out of that stuff and tenderize it too. At least to get that gamey taste out of it. Marinating venison and milk helps, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Denver, venison is super lean too. But it's a decent supply of protein too. But you also want a little bit yeah, just as lean as rabbit, maybe more, very gamey. Grind and spice the fuck out of it and add some pork sausage, make burgers. The fat of the pork works wonders. Exactly. You're gonna have to get creative. You're gonna have to learn how to cook. Or at least get in good with somebody who knows how to cook. Yeah, I mean, tenderizing it, you definitely want to do that. Maybe just chop the shit up, maybe grind it up. You could do that too. Get a meat grinder and just grind that shit up. Add some nice spices that you like to it, you know, and go to town. Inga says you have to properly drain blood out of a deer, let quartered meat drip for a few days in the big fridge. Yeah, you have to it's what they call, you got to dress it, right? So you got to cut it up I think you got to quarter it. I've never cut one up myself. I've seen it done though, and it's pretty disgusting. You know, and like I said, it depends on your level of tolerance where it comes to foods. You might want to keep the organs, keep the liver, maybe eat the liver too, you know, and you never know what kind of destitute situation you're going to be in. So, and I'm not, you know, I'm just saying, I was a Boy Scout, so like, be prepared. Think ahead. You never know what's going to happen. A friend who is a hunter and a chef. I hope he makes it through the apocalypse. I know, right? Chefs and hunters are going to be very, very popular come apocalypse time. So yeah, so word to the wise, don't be a dick. Start being nice to people. You know, getting good with people. I mean, you ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass, but you know, don't fuck nobody over either. And maybe at the commune, at the compound, they'll let you stay. They'll vote you in. So anywho, so that's Apocalypse Talk 101. I used to think that you know, preppers were just a little bit kind of off their nut. I mean, like way back. I mean, I've known preppers from like the 80s, right? I'm like, you know, people thinking Red Dawn was going to be real and that the Russians were going to, and the Cubans and the Chinese were going to come in and like kill everybody. You know, they're going to have to go up in the mountains with Patrick Swayze and see Thomas Howell and Wolverines, you know, and guerrilla attacks. So they did. So they some people I know, they to this day now they just they're like they seem like they're geniuses. You know, they got these nice little underground bunkers that they made, you know, stockpiling a shit ton of canned foods and supplies. Some of them ex-military, so they got MREs they got in there too. I know one thing we were talking about last night on the Gen X show. Actually, we were talking about this afterwards. We were talking about how when communication goes down, because obviously the apocalypse, pretty sure you're not going to have the internet, so you're going to have to communicate through shortwave radios. Have these really cool radios that has the cranks on them. So you crank them up, and you'll have like the radio, but it also has like a flashlight on there too, and like I think some other shit. It's right now people use them for camping, so because you can like charge up your phone with them too. But in the apocalypse, something like that's going to come in very handy. And hate to say this, but you're gonna have to learn how to use a weapon, and I don't mean just for hunting either. You're gonna need to learn how to do some sort of self-defense. I don't think nunchucks are gonna cut it. I mean, if you know how to use nunchucks, that's great, you know, but I don't think nunchucks stop bullets. So yeah, there's that. It wouldn't hurt to learn how to shoot, take a course, learn how to do it right, learn how to clean a weapon, learn how to load it, learn how to keep it in a safe spot, you know, away from the kids and the nuts. And you know, it's because the apocalypse is going to be a wild time. I mean, look how it is right now. We still have a quote unquote civilization. You know, there's school shootings left and right, and mass shootings going on, and people are just going nuts now, right? This world is going crackers. That's a good idea too. I have a bug out bag fully packed next to my bed. Exactly. You never know when the shit's gonna go down. And you gotta get to safety somewhere. You know, when we were in security, when I was in security, we at our corporate building that we were at, we always had a place, like if there was an earthquake or a fire or something in the building, whatever, it was like a point that everybody knew to meet up at, right? So if the shit was going down, go meet up at this point. So you got family and friends in your area, your neighbors or whatever that you're cool with. Find a place that you know is going to be somewhat safe. You know, if you're in the mountains, that's great. Maybe find a cave or something. You know, if you're in a flat area, hopefully one of your buddies has a bug out shelter underground or something. But find a place where you can all get together so you can, you know, take account of who's there, who's not, that sort of thing. So we're really going to have to depend on each other a lot. Mutual aid to the infinite level is going to be key, right? And I'm not talking about money mutual aid. I'm talking about you're going to need people that's going to know how to cook. You need people that know how to hunt. You need people that know how to sew, that need to, you know, make clothing. You need people who know how to build shit. You need people that know how to, you know, do security and proper security procedures, you know, setting up perimeters, that sort of thing. I know it sounds kind of paranoid, but seriously, like when Johnny Law isn't around for reals, people are going to turn into animals and they're going to come after you. So, it wouldn't hurt to find out what your skill set is right now, right? If you're using radios and that sort of thing, maybe familiar yourself with like a soldering iron right? In case you've got to fix a radio or something like that. Like you're the professor on Gilligan's Island. You got to fix the radio, and coconuts ain't gonna cut it. Yes, Brandy can sew. That's good. I know, Brandy, you're an excellent seamstress or seamster. That sounds like teamster. I have prepper stuff, but I assume someone stronger than me will come and steal it as soon as the shit hits the fan. Got to be ready to bug out. Oh yeah, there's gonna be people that's gonna try and steal your shit. That's why I said you might want to learn how to use a gun, and you might want to prioritize what's important to you. Right? You got a family. You got people to protect. You know, and somebody's trying to steal food from you and your family. You know, you might have to cap them. Sorry. I mean, you know, you might have to hit them with a bat or something like that. You might have to use violence. I mean, I abhor violence. I can't stand it. But, you know, sometimes it's necessary. And when you're fighting for your life, and you're, you know, trying to survive or trying to help others survive, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? What? Lainey, could you sew human skin? She's not Buffalo Bob. Kelly, Jesus Christ. I mean, I know these are dark things we're talking about, but shit, you're talking about some fucking Jeffrey Dahmer shit, man. Keeping heads and people's genitals in refrigerators. The fuck's wrong with you, lady? You know, they also have Klein says, I have a sewing machine. Not great sewing. We'll start that. Seamsters Union. They also have those pedal old school sewing machines that you keep mashing the pedal and it'll dig, so you don't have to have an electric one. Exactly, that's what you have to do if you're going to do it right. That's why I say don't be an asshole. Be cool. So you gotta live with people. It'd be great to form a little village, strengthen numbers. That's where communism's really gonna come into play, right? People say they're not communists now, but when you're pretty much bartering with skills, yeah, that's communism for the most part. Never says the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Remember, the people calling the shots are among the biggest pussies in the world. They're not in a hurry to destroy themselves along with us. That is for true. They're the ones that's going to be in those little, you know, silos turned into condos, and probably in those underground bunkers out in Nebraska or some shit like that too. Foreign medical professionals will be the most valuable in the apocalypse. I'm just trying to find a useful thing for Lainey. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I kind of figured that went without saying, but yeah, if you have any sort of medical skills, first aid skills, that sort of thing, you're gonna be a very valuable person too. It always reminds me of the ship's doctor on Star Trek, right? They're out in space. They are not near a hospital at all. And when the shit goes down, they have to rely on the doctor to make sure that they get healed up, right? So same thing, like the apocalypse, you're not going to have hospitals. You're not going to have like EKGs. You're not going to have all this equipment do stuff. I mean, unless you have, you know, you're near an electrical source like a hydroelectric dam or something like that, or some sort of solar device or something like that. I mean, yeah, you could probably set up a makeshift little clinic or something like that, but hospitals, like big ass hospitals and shit, that stuff's going away. So it doesn't hurt either to know some basic first aid too. How to dress a wound, how to stop bleeding, by using pressure. Maybe CPR, mouth to mouth. That'd probably be a good thing too. You gotta be careful. That's the thing. There's no hospitals. It's kind of like, well, today, people don't have insurance, right? A lot of people don't have insurance. So they will not go to the doctor. A lot of times they'll try some home remedies or something like that. And, you know, because they're like, nah, I'm fine. You know, they'll have like, like a knife wound in their belly. Like, no, it's fine. I'll just, I got like 8,000 band-aids I can put on there. It should be fine. But seriously, it's good to know good to know some of those basic medical skills. And you know, if you have like an actual doctor type surgeon or something, I mean, you could probably do some surgeries. You know, it's going to be kind of primitive, but you know, you could probably make it work. Yes, Warren, bring fire for barbecue. I know how to chop wood. You can do that stuff. Propane powered generator is gold. Propane stores for a long time. Yes. So, and you could use that for cooking as well as heating. You know, eating, I mean, that's the thing. You're gonna have to get real creative. Like when you're building shelters, there are ways to insulate cabins and stuff like that if you're making them. You have to get a little creative, but you can totally do that. And then it'll you know, it's not hard to build like a small home for yourself, right? If you know, I mean, if you want something fancy where you want to entertain folks and stuff, that's one thing. But you know, if you're you just want to you just got a place for 3 hots and a cot, you know, you don't really need that much. So medical professionals, builders, and farmers will be the most important in the apocalypse. Yes, I think too much about this because I had a philosophy class in college. LOL. Now, you know, I think about this stuff a lot too, you know, and I actually kind of wonder what kind of apocalypse we're going to have. You know, is it going to be of our own doing? You know, is it going to be some, you know, if it's are we going to piss off the Russians and then we're going to start World War III and it's going to be nukes all over the place? You know, we're kind of fucked. I mean, we all can't go to Antarctica. You know, maybe we could, but I don't think the Antarcticans would like us invading their turf. You know, there's gonna be, that's the thing. It's like if everything's nuked all over the country or all over the planet, then the places that aren't nuked and or maybe away from the fallout winds and stuff like that, it's going to be hot properties and everybody's going to be fighting over it. So people who are left are probably going to have wars for resources and land. Yeah, that's me. I'm team meteorite too, Kelly. Definitely. I want a clean slate. I think that's the only way things are gonna change for real, right? I mean, we get out in the streets, they just all they do is they bring out the militarized cops and shoot at us. That doesn't help, but you know, I know that sounds kind of defeatist to say like I'm wishing a meteor would hit the planet, but I don't know what else. Unless somebody comes up with a cure for greed, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, it's Laney was talking about ham radios, shortwave radios, that kind of thing for communication purposes, definitely. And if you're gonna have communities that'll probably want to keep in touch with other communities, but don't want to be like doing Pony Express all the time, trying to run back messages, you know, all the time back and forth. You know, you're gonna have to have some sort of form of radio that works, right? Radio you can do. I think you don't need a shit ton of power for that if you're broadcasting over short distances, right? Or even long. I'm like the shortwave. I think Laney was talking about it last night, how it bounces off the ionosphere, and you can go long distances with it. It's fascinating stuff. I mean, even if there is an apocalypse, it'd be great to get into like having radio skills like that too. Miguel poses a philosophical movie question. Speaking of meteorite, Deep Impact or Armageddon? No, that's kind of apples and oranges. I think. I mean, Deep Impact, they were trying to hide the fact that this thing was coming. But then they had to own up to it. And Armageddon was just like, all right, Bruce, you gotta go, you and your buddies gotta go up there in a rocket and blow that thing up. Anyway, there was one more thing I wanted to show you tonight. Came across my feed on the tweeters. Make sure it's all well and good here. So I was just just looking at some shit on here. Second. And this bizarre thing came across my my vision here. So give me just a second here. Okay, so all right. It's a little bigger. What is this thing? Mysterious looking creature was caught on film lurking outside the Amarillo Zoo, leaving officials baffled about what it might be. So this is the creature. Make this bigger. Oh no, it just went to the thing. Oopsie sauce. Let's go back. Maybe I can make this a little bigger. Maybe. So yeah, though. So there's this creature here. And it looks like, okay, from what I could tell, it looks like a dude, long hair, strutting cowboy hat. But I don't think that's what that is. Mysterious, this is from cron.com. Mysterious chupacabra caught on camera near Texas Zoo. The city of Amarillo is asking the public for help in identifying the strange visitor. All right. So what do we have here? So this is the part of the video, I guess. Okay, here we go. There's a little something bigger here. So yeah, there's dude, cowboy hat. He looks like John Voight from a movie from the 70s or 60s, Midnight Cowboy. It's just like kind of like he's doing a little strut, little like strutting their stuff kind of thing. Anyway, let's go back to the story. Okay, so what appeared to be a mysterious-looking creature was filmed lurking outside the Amarillo Zoo, leaving city officials baffled on what it might be. In the dark and early morning hours of May 21st, security cameras inside a perimeter fence at the Amarillo Zoo captured a still image of a strange visitor outside of the zoo at approximately 1:25 a.m. It's according to a Wednesday news release from the city. Now, city officials are asking the public for help in determining what it might be. Was it a person with a strange hat who likes to walk at night? A large coyote on its hind legs? Maybe it was Wile E. Coyote, and he was looking for the Roadrunner. A chupacabra? It is a mystery for Amarillo to help solve, city officials said in the release. Now the city is declaring the creature an unidentified Amarillo object, or a UAO. The city of Amarillo Director of Parks and Recreation, Michael Kashuba, said it's important to note that there were no signs of attempted entry into the zoo, no animals or individuals harmed, and no signs of criminal activity or vandalism. Just want to let the Amarillo community have some fun with this, said City of Amarillo Director of Parks and Recreation, Michael Kashuba. I don't know why they had to name him again, but there he is. It is definitely a strange and interesting image. Maybe Amarillo can help solve the mystery of our UAO. Fancy pants. So, yeah, that's some wild shit. At least I thought so. Yeah, Denver, no pants. Dude was not wearing pants. I thought that was pretty crazy. Hang on a second. Something went amiss here. Hopefully everybody's still here. So I don't know. What do you think it is? Yeah, look, I don't think it was a chupacabra, right? I think it was what was it? Just looks like, I don't know, what do you, yeah, chupacabra is supposed to be, they always say like chupacabras look like mangy dogs, right? Um and that was Joe Rogan on a DMT trip. You stupid. You so stupid, Dingo. Why you say that? Gamer thinks it's a chupacabra. It was probably him in his furry suit. Okay. I mean, yeah, Acme is the winner here, profiting off that damn Roadrunner. I'm pretty sure it was Wile E. Coyote. No, but you hear people seeing like all kinds of strange shit on the sides of the roads and stuff like that. Like there's the, what is it, the little stick figured people that kind of do the boogie woogie across like security cameras and stuff. It just looks like two white sticks just going doot 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 doot. Or I like to call it me at the beach. Two white sticks. Doot 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 doot. The cryptids are fascinating. I know we've talked about this before. There's the Skinwalker Ranch in northern Utah, where the family was they just bought the ranch, and they saw this big giant wolf, huge wolf, like one of those dire wolves from Game of Thrones, and walked onto the property, was all nice, and just walked right up to the people, was very friendly, until it saw a calf stick its head out of a fence, and it ran over there and just grabbed the calf's head in its mouth, and all hell broke loose. And they started shooting at it, didn't do anything. Finally it ran off, no blood. It ran off, down out of the yard and around the corner, like into some woods, and then they go after it, they track it, and they look for the tracks, and then the tracks just stop. Just nothing, like it just poof, disappeared. Truth is out there, that is for sure, but we'll probably never know the real truth. And even if we do, and then we try to tell people, they'll think we're crazy. So, that sucks. I'm not a big fan of people saying I'm nuts when I tell them about stuff. I mean, think about people who they don't say anything about UFOs. Pilots. Pilots pretty much are sworn to secrecy. I'm not sworn to secrecy, but they'll lose their jobs. They say that I saw this and this out there, and they go, yeah, okay, Fred, you don't need to be a pilot anymore. I think you've had a little bit too much of Grandpa's cough medicine. It's probably time for you to go Betty bye and go find a job somewhere else. I hear Del Taco is hiring. Probably go work there. But now that the military has released footage of a lot of these UAPs, as they're calling them now, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Stupid. Why you gotta rename it? It's UFO. Come on. Now people are starting to be a little bit less hesitant to come forward and talk about these things. So my question to any of you in the chat, any of you ever seen like some sort of flying craft that you knew wasn't a jet, knew it wasn't a plane or anything like that. It was something you'd never seen before, and it just freaked you the fuck out. Let me know in the comments here. Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch. There's a few documentaries out about that. You should definitely check that out. That place is like a who's who crazy shit, right? There's like some sort of like weird magnetic field stuff going on out there. People seeing orbs. There's cattle mutilations. There's UFOs. You know, like I said, there's cryptids. Maybe you know, what do they call them? Shapeshifters. There was one where the guy came home and he had 4 bulls, and all 4 bulls were like packed in this cattle trailer, right? And they were like jammed together. And he said he opened the thing, he opened the gate on the trailer, and he said those bulls were in a trance, right? That they were just like, oh. And then when they realized what happened, they kind of woke up, and then they start freaking out and just, you know, just going crazy. And they finally got out of the trailer. You know, yeah, I mean, I would say some of it is probably like some crazy advanced aeronautics that they're working on. Uncle Mulder. It's me going woo. But let's see. Yeah, so I mean, I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff. I mean, this planet of ours is really still a big mystery, right? We don't know hardly anything about the oceans. So some hypotheses are that, like, if there are UFOs on the planet, there probably have bases deep in the oceans where we can't see them, right? Makes sense. Great hiding spots. We're not going down there. Are you going down to the Marianas Trench anytime soon? I don't think so. You are, a pack of lunch. It's 7 miles deep. I believe that's what they said. It's 7 miles deep. And you wrap your head around that. Think about some place that is 7 miles away from you, right? Now think of that as being on the surface of the water, and now you got to go down into the water that distance, how long it's going to take. Denver, you said you only seen UFOs by video. That's another thing too. Yeah, some of these videos, I mean, back in the day, it was really hard to fool people because you didn't have like Photoshop, and you didn't have like After Effects and stuff like that where you can make cool shit. You know, granted, you didn't have the best cameras in the world, and so they say today it's like, well, how come since we got all these great cameras, they have like, you know, 60 megapixels or something like that, something crazy, why can't we get a clean picture of a UFO? Well, that's really easy to explain. So someone who is a videographer for a news outlet for a while, I had to do sports sometimes. I had to shoot football games, right? So you had a little fast-paced action there, and a lot of times the players didn't really telegraph their movements, right? The quarterback, you could kind of tell where he was looking, where you thought he was going to throw the ball, so you kind of was prepared to have your camera over there, right? But sometimes it wasn't, and he'd fake you out and throw somewhere else, and you're like, whoop, oh, there, I got to get it, and it would be blurry because you gotta jerk the camera over. You know, and sometimes it's just not a good shot. I mean, unless you have multiple cameras, but I'm talking about, like, you know, we were a local TV station. We only had one camera out there, you know, and we just get some highlights or something. Anyway, so now you take that information, you say you're out somewhere, right? Let's say you're driving along and you see something up in the sky. And, that's weird. Because at first you're not going to think, oh, it's a UFO. You're not going to think that at first. you're going to think it's something normal because that's how our brains work. Our brains don't go looking for crazy shit at first. It's when we don't recognize what we're seeing, that's when our mind goes crazy and starts thinking all kinds of shit like, what the hell is that? And your brain's trying to process that shit, right? So a lot of times you get out there and if you're trying to take a picture of something that's way far away, to your eye, it may look clear, but when you're trying to do, like I said, you could have like a 60 megapixel camera on your phone, but unless you've got like great zoom and a really steady hand, you have what's called focal length. And if the focal length is really long, it's hard to keep it in frame, and it's definitely hard to focus on it. So a lot of times, like more often than not, you're going to get blurry video out of it. And now if you're up in the sky with it and you're only like maybe 100, 200 yards away from it or something like that, yeah, you could definitely get a good picture. Frankie says there's an urban legend that Nazis were making saucers in Antarctica after World War II. We tried to defeat them, but couldn't. Yeah, there's the what is that thing called? The bell. This thing that they had allegedly had chained up, and that like in this round concrete structure with like open legs on it, you know, just kind of and it was like it would move around and shit like that. And there was some theory that that was the same thing. It disappeared, you know. Obviously maybe the Allies did find it and they just didn't tell anybody. There's that possibility too. But there's in Kecksburg, it was Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, or was it Kecksburg, or maybe it was West Virginia, I'm not quite sure. Like in the 50s, it's like this acorn shaped looking thing that kind of resembled what they were describing as that Nazi bell that they created. Came out of the sky, crash landed in the woods. These kids go out there and they see it, and it's like all glowing and shit, and it looks like what looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics around the base of it. And then the military shows up, tells everybody get the fuck out of there. They put it on a truck and haul it off somewhere. So Denver says on March 13th, 1895, after Tesla and his employees had gone home, a fire completely destroyed Tesla's laboratory, containing years of notes, private papers, experimental equipment of all kinds, some in the process of being refined, some long abandoned, some in the earliest stages of development. Maybe it's 0 point tech, as explained by Tesla. When did UFO sightings begin? When was Roswell? The Roswell incident was in 1947. Recovery of balloon debris from a ranch near Corona. What if it's all terrestrial tech based on hidden principles of sages such as Tesla? Tesla is a very interesting cat. Tesla is one of my heroes. He's like one of my he's one of those people that he really got shit on. Thomas Edison pretty much ripped him off. Everybody ripped him off back in the day. He wanted to give people free energy, right? He was the first one to do wireless energy, right? He had all kinds of plans. He was like kind of like a Da Vinci of the 19th century and into the 20th century. He died in the 40s too. Around the same time all the UFO shit started happening. You had the nuclear bombs, the atomic bombs, and then the UFOs started showing up. Tesla dies, broken alone in the New Yorker hotel, and then his papers go missing after his death. And who's to say, the shit's not being made, like all kinds of crazy weapons and stuff that they haven't brought out yet. But come apocalypse time, if the military's still around, they may use them on us. So the Glock, that's it. Thank you, Velvet. The Glock was the name of the Nazi bell. Wait, what? Tesla married? Wait a minute, what? Tesla married a pigeon? That's not right. You could quit spreading lies. We should have a Fire in the Sky viewing party. Fire in the Sky is great. I think that happened out in Arizona. Yeah, refresh me. Who was the guy? Who's the main guy that got he got abducted? Anyway, so these guys were loggers, right? Yeah, he died in 43, Denver. Info sees an earlier lab fires and his notes upon his death. Yeah. People were stealing from Tesla left and right. No, not DB Sweeney. The guy he played. The guy's name wasn't DB Sweeney. I gotta look it up. Fuck. Should probably have it before I do. Travis Walton, that's his name. So anyway, so those are unfamiliar with the story. We'll just nutshell it here. So these guys were loggers. I think they were out in Arizona or New Mexico, one of those places. So they're going home. They're in one of those crew cabs, right? You know, it's a truck with it's like a pickup truck with a back seat in it. So they're driving along and they're going home through the woods and they see these lights and they stop and Travis Walton gets out. And it's just like, wow, look at this shit. And Travis Walton gets zapped by this beam of light from this multicolored light craft that's floating in the air. And the rest of the guys, they freak out. They think, and he's just like on the ground, and they think he's dead. So they take off. They get down the road and they're like, fuck, man, we can't leave him. We gotta go get him. We gotta go. Because they just panicked. And they took off. But they came back for him. He was gone. Right? Then they don't know where he was. They went into town. They told their story. People thought they were nuts. And then like a few days later, they found him. He was naked at a gas station. Now, this is according to the movie. I think it may have been changed up a little bit from the real story. I'm not quite sure about the real story, but anyway, they found him. He said he was on the ship, and you know, they were like these little, you know, grays, you know, the big eyes, little bodies, and they were doing experiments on him and stuff like that. Nobody believed him. They all took lie detector tests multiple times, passed him with flying colors. You know, amazing story. So yeah, and the movie is called Fire in the Sky, and DB Sweeney, who was in a movie with Moira Kelly called The Cutting Edge, and they were ice skaters, the Olympics. Anyway, so that's a little offshoot of that. So DB Sweeney plays Travis Walton. It's a great story. Great movie. I highly recommend it if you get to watch that. It's very good. Yes, all those loggers passed multiple lie detector tests. I'm not a proponent of a lie detector test, but it is quite coincidental that they passed multiple tests, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have faked it. I don't know how all of them could have faked it. I mean, it's not like these guys were like professional con men. They were just you know, they're loggers. You know, these are like blue collar dudes. You know, they don't fuck around with bullshit like that. I don't think they got any money out of it or anything, even if, you know, so you know, it's stuff like that fascinates me. I know it fascinates a lot of people too. Kelly, thinking with your vagina. You're such a hoe. That's why I love you. We should probably wrap it up. What do you think? It's almost 1:30 here in the morning. I could talk about this shit all night. Maybe we'll just have a night of just talking about like weird shit. You guys come up with some topics you want to discuss. Hopefully I'll have my monitor fixed here, and then when I can do this proper without I'm kind of having a tippy toe and go back and forth, and I think I have a think I have a Pornhub page open somewhere on this computer. I don't want to accidentally hit that. So, Gamer Kelly, Miguel, Frankie, Randy, Velvet Trance, the line here. All y'all, I appreciate y'all coming out. Gamer, I say gamer. That's okay. Mystery, Laney, Ed, good to see all y'all. Dingo, Miguel, Ghost Star, Denver. Thank you for chiming in on the Rockfin. That's pretty cool. 4 people watching on Rockfin right now, so thanks for that. And if y'all could do me a favor, if you could go to rockfin.com/extra bulla, just give me a follow on there. I'm trying to build that channel up, trying to get out of YouTube and their suppressing ways. So I would appreciate that. And you can watch videos on there for free. You don't have to have an account or anything. There's premium stuff on there if you're into that. There's all kinds of people on there. Last American Vagabonds on there. Steve, Slow News Day and AM Wake Up. Franco, Hardlands Media, a whole bunch of people are on there. They have premium stuff, but if you can afford it, $10 a month, you can get everybody that's on the platform. You get all their premium stuff. But if not, you watch the free stuff. You know, that's what I would do, especially in these times where money's tight and so is my asshole. Miss Jimmy, thank you so much for coming out. I think I got everybody. Pretty sure. I'd like to go up and make sure we get through here. Don't want to leave anybody out. Don't want the riding crop. Or maybe I do. Wink. But yeah, if I missed anybody, I appreciate you. Make you wonder on Rockfin. No, I am not shitting you. Thanks, Denver. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna try to do more stuff, more spicy stuff on Rockfin only shows too. So get over there and subscribe, please. And I'll let you know when this shit's out. Probably put it out on the on the tweeters, so you can so you know about where to get that shit. I think I got everybody. I think so. If not, I apologize. Oh, Jerry was on here too. Thank you, Jerry. We had a great show last night. I really can't say that enough. I love my Gen Xers. We're gonna have more of those. More of that to come. Think about the future. Think about when is the next show and what is up with your t-shirt? Those are some fine questions. Anyway, you can follow me below, Linktree /extra bulla. This is me on the tweeters at W Dearman. Give me a follow on there too. I think I'm up to 666 followers on there. I really don't want to have any more. I just want to keep it at 666. I may have to block people just to so I can keep that number. So the birch is okay. So every year I try to go to Comic-Con over here at the Javits Center. I think I'm pointing in the right spot. Anyway, and it's all nerds for 4 days, and a lot of times they'll have like new shows that'll be on. And with the I'm not endorsing them. So anyway, so they give out free shirts a lot of times too, and I'm a big fan of free shirts. I would say 90% of my wardrobe is like free promo shirts, that sort of thing. And the Birch was like some show, I don't know, you have to look it up. It was on for like 5 minutes, I think, and then it went away. But anyway, Also, if you can, like I said, I know money's tight, so you know I'm not worried about things like you trying to sell your shit. But if you go on the Teespring store, I think it's just called Spring Store now. There's some merch on there. I tried to get the prices as low as I could, but you're gonna see a lot of artwork on there from Jimmy Sunderland. Give her a follow on Twitter. It's IMIJ Productions. Just look for that on there, and the cool logo that she has. She has one of the best logos I've ever seen. Anyway, so give her a follow too. She does great graphic artist work, and you know, she's looking for gigs too. So hook her up if you got a paying gig, you know, you need some good artwork. Check her out. She's got good stuff there. Best logo ever. Yeah, check it out. Last Night Gamer. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. Okay, so tomorrow night at midnight, we'll be doing this again. I'm gonna attempt to get Joe, shut the fuck up shitlib from Twitter on, and we're gonna talk about some stuff. He's a great guy. He's you know, he's an up and comer in the space, as they like to say. He makes great videos, kind of like Orf and Mad Crab. We need good video editors like that. So maybe I'm gonna see if I can get him on. He might be shy. Might be a little shy. I don't want to talk to nobody. Come on, talk to people. I don't know. Plus, I gotta make sure my shit's fixed. But we're definitely having a show. I just don't know if I'm having guests on or not yet. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll do more cryptid stuff. Maybe we'll do more spookies. You know, some Scooby snacks kind of things. And yeah, it'll be good. So yes, I do. Jimmy is gold. I treat her very well. Or at least I try to. She's a sweetheart. She's a good person too. She's very talented, very smart, and she's a great person too. So, you know, what's not to love, right? But anyway, so yeah, tomorrow night at midnight Eastern, we're gonna do this again. Kind of like it's more like after show kind of show thing. You know, you got Beauty and the Boomer, Oz and Shonda on there. It's a great show. Also, you got Political Matrix is on tomorrow night too. Political Matrix. Oh, I just want to let you know, besides me, so INN, Independent News Network, is also on Rockfin now. JB Font made the announcement yesterday, I believe, or the day before, that he's on Rockfin now. And also, Political Matrix, Marcus Cage, they're on Rockfin too. So things are moving and flowing. You know, things are in motion, right? We're trying to get everybody off of YouTube if we can, because YouTube is just a garbage dump. It could have been so good. It was good before Google bought it. It was really fun. I mean, this was before live streams and stuff, but can you imagine if YouTube hadn't been bought by Google? If YouTube had been open source and there was no censorship, you know, not at least not the kind of censorship we're seeing right now. Can you believe that would have existed? It could have. But you know, that's why we have other platforms. If you're going to be a content creator, make sure you're on multiple platforms, because you never know when the hammer is going to come down. So, but anyway, just want to before we go, we got to check in. Leave the chickens, come home to roost. Let's check in with the chickens one last time. They're good peoples, right? They seem okay. Where are my chickens? They're the chickens. And they haven't even moved. I think this video is on a loop. I don't even think this is a live camera. Anyway, check out Chicken City on the webs there. And Chicken City is just crazy. Chicken City right now, there's 55 people watching 3 chickens just fucking around. Some insane shit. And don't forget about this motherfucker. Yeah, that's my boy. Kitty. Too much of the nip. Now you're on a trip. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, all right? Peace. Wash your ass.
Shut up, bitch!